electrification programs. We're also checking the need for summer because I think because it's an end of the line.
Yes.
Kaya we're also checking now if what is the type of energy that you need there. Kasi same, I'm from Panay, I'm from Iloilo, end of the line din kami. Our diagnosis for Panay is that we need more base load, and I think that's also the same diagnosis that you have there. So we have to find developers to do that, Mr. Chair. It's we're doing already the simulations kung ilang megawatts yung kailangan nyo, Mr. Chair.
So thank you, Madam Secretary, and thank you, Mr. Chair.
The Chair would like to recognize Deputy Speaker Bambi Imano.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, no questions, just a very simple manifestation, Mr. Chair. But first, would like to recognize friends Attorney Nino, our chairperson for ERC, Boss Cassie. Hirap magtanong dito. Nandiyan kayong dalawa eh. And of course, good friend, Admin Nani, and of course, a colleague, former Congresswoman Garin. I had been texting them, Mr. Chair, and had been very kind to answering all of my queries. And some I'll just write to a letter. But upfront, Mr. Chair, it would not be very long. And the 2nd District of Misamis Oriental supports the budget of DOE and its attached agencies. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The Chair now would like to recognize Rep. Dada Kiram Esmula.
Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang tanghali po sa DOE family. Sir, magandang tanghali po. May few questions lang naman po ako na ito yung mga problema sa Mindanao na gusto ko lamang pong i-raise din yung mga concerns na baka naman pong may itulong po kayo sa mga nangyayaring power outages po doon. Isa sa mga patuloy na suliranin ng ating mga kababayan ay ang madalas na power outages or blackouts po. Sa amin po sa Mindanao, particular sa aking lungsod, sa Zamboanga City, matagal na pong problema ang power outages. Halos araw-araw ay nakakaranas kami ng blackout. Ang ganitong sitwasyon ay nagdudulot ng samot-saring problema, nasisirang appliances, naantalang kabuhayan at negosyo, at nahihirapang mga estudyante sa kanilang pag-aaral. At ang higit sa lahat, napakataas na singil ng kuryente sa kabila ng hindi maaasahang serbisyo. Maaari po ba namin malaman kung ano ang mga pangunahing dahilan kung bakit patuloy pa rin ang malawakang power outage sa Mindanao, particularly in Zamboanga City po?
Mr. Chair, hindi po nakakalimutan to. This is one of our major problems of the energy family. In fact, NEA, I think, has been trying their best to address this. If I will, Mr. Chair, Admin Nani can answer for this also.
Salamat.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, permission to respond, please.
Go ahead.
Yes, I am very much aware of the situation of Zamboanga City, as it has been also a subject of a congressional hearing last year. I am pleased to inform the committee that NEA already reinforced the operations of Samselco by means of sending a 30-man contingent that will make up the task force. As you well know, the problem of Samselco stems from the fact of a high systems loss. So, after several visits in Zamboanga City, I have decided to supplement the operations of Samselco by creating a 4-man team composed of general managers from the Sureco, Sebeco 3, Selco, and Aneco. They are their associations provided for a 30-man team composed of 3 members per team that will do the investigation and installation of additional and new metering to address the high systems loss. And with 4 days of operations, we have already discovered massive illegal connections, especially from the big loads. So I am giving them 6 months to complete the rehabilitation, the elimination of illegal connections, and hopefully when we are able to bring down the system's loss on the non-technical aspect, Samselco will have an increased cash earnings or retained earnings that can finance the operating of its distribution infrastructures, and especially the installation of meters to non-metered consumers.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Napakaganda po ng inyong naging sagot, at nagpapasalamat ako na meron na pong action na nagawa. Kasi nung huli po akong bumisita sa NEA, wala pang konkretong update na naibigay po sa amin. That was nitong June lang akong bumisita sa NEA. Ngayon po, Mr. Chair, may gusto ko lang i-manifest din na ang power outage, yung sinasabing napakataas, ay more than 20%, na I believe ang karapat-dapat lamang ay nasa less than 8 or 5% lang dapat. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The acceptable limit is only 12% systems loss. However, that is the main target or the main purpose why we deployed the task force, to bring down the systems loss into a workable manner, workable rate. Ma'am, we are in direct coordination with the local government unit, Mayor Olaso, because apparently there is a peace and a security risk among co-op employees in trying to address the high systems loss on some depressed areas. So we are working hand in hand with the local government unit for some police enforcement and escorts once the team gets into some depressed areas of concern, ma'am.
Okay. Salamat po. Isang singit na lang po, Mr. Chair. May sagot po ba tayo doon sa patuloy na paglaki ng utang po ng Samselco?
Yun po ang magiging direct correlation ng pagbaba ng systems loss. Ang computation po namin, every 1% na baba ng system loss is additional 6 million in revenue monthly for Samselco. So if you are able to bring down the system loss to a considerable amount of maybe 10%, that will be additional 60 million in the cash flow of Samselco. That will cover payment of arrears, special payment arrangements for the past due accounts, and for the current accounts, ma'am.
Sige, salamat po, sir. Ito naman po ay isang tanong din para sa ating ERC. Isa rin pong problema ang ating mga kababayan madalas na yellow at red alert sa ating mga power grid. Senyales ng kakulangan sa supply ng kuryente, lalo na sa mga probinsya. Noong June 22 power generation companies po ang inisyuhan ninyo ng ERC na mag-explain tungkol sa continued or frequent derating of their power facilities at mag-submit ng reports na i-explain ang dahilan ng derating events affecting its generating facilities and units. Maaari po bang malaman kung ilang kaso na ang inimbestigahan ng ERC kaugnay ng unplanned shutdowns ng mga power generation companies o GenCos, at ilan ang napanagot na dahil sa palpak na serbisyo po ng kuryente? Salamat po.
Yes, Mr. Chair. If we will be allowed, we can provide the committee the update on the letters that we issued for these generation companies to explain the derating and the frequent outages, so we can be comprehensive in our response, Mr. Chair.
If Mr. Chair will allow it po.
Go ahead. Yes, yes, of course.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The chair.
Thank you. Thank you po.
Are you done?
Yes po. I'm done. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The chair would like to recognize Rep. Eulogio Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang hapon po. Our DOE family, congratulations, ma'am. So, tama-tama po, nandito na lahat. Kasi si admin Nani lang palagi natatanong natin. So, alam mo naman natin ang problema namin sa aming probinsya. Mr. Chair, PhilCo submitted a proposal for the competitive selection process last year for 36 megawatts that would eventually reduce the rate of electricity in the province of Catanduanes. Mr. Chair, may I know what is the status of the CSP? Pwede pong sagutin ng NAPOR at saka ng ERC.
Mr. Chair, I think ERC is still trying to check on the status, Mr. Chair. But while they're checking, Mr. Chair, currently we have a directive from the President to check the problematic islands, and third on our list is Catanduanes, Mr. Chair. This has been flagged to us already, and Yusek Mario and all the rest of our team from ERC NEA will go to Catanduanes to do a thorough review at mag-propose kami kung ano ba talaga na yung solution doon sa Catanduanes, because next to Siquijor, we're going to Camotes, and the third one will be Catanduanes, Mr. Chair. But if ERC has an update on the application,
We're still checking the docket with the head office, but we will also submit, if it can be allowed, the summary of all pending PSA cases of PhilCo and the status of each case. And if there are any pending that the Commission may already act upon, we will also undertake to act on these pending PSA applications, Mr. Chair.
Nga po, kasi Mr. Chair, alam naman natin na gusto rin namin na bumaba ang kuryente natin. Alam naman natin yan, talagang sa ngayon na 17 to 18 yung binabayaran natin. So napaka laki po na talagang medyo nahirapan man ang ating mga consumer. Kaya nagpapasalamat din ako in advance sa ating secretary for prioritize our island, na talagang yun ang talagang aming palaging problema. Matagal na po itong problema namin. I hope na masolusyonan naman itong problema namin. Lalo ngayon, Mr. Chair, yung request po ng, actually, sabi ko na kay admin Nani na rin to, yung request po ng SUICO, yung status po ng kanilang ng excess energy. This excess energy, I believe, Mr. Chair, ito po ang magiging lamang, reducing the operating hours. Behind the reducing of the operating hours of BRC in suppose to resolve SUICO's excess collection, Mr. Chair. So, matagal na po ito na problema na ito. Ano ba yung status nito? Ano ba talagang tunay na kasagutan dito? Kasi mahirap po. Nagtutulak-tulakan tayo pag ginano sa NAPOCOR, itutulak sa ERC. So, once and for all, nandito naman si admin Nani, I hope na nandito na lang tayo, nandito na tayo. Palagay ko, masolusyon na ito bago man lamang mag-adjourn kung ano ba talagang problema. Para naman maibsa naman ang problema namin doon.
Mr. Chair, yes po, pag-aaralan namin yung kasalukuyang kontrata ng SUICO at kung mapapayagan nga yung ganung interpretasyon na maaari silang mag-supply noong energy na yan na nakapaloob naman doon sa kanilang napagkasunduan if titingnan yung kabuang